Robbie Baker, Blake Niemann, and Athletic Director Graham Rossini. We're closing out the second season of ASU All Access, and I guess I'll address the elephant in the room. I apologize we didn't give you the blue memo today, the powder blue.
Hard to wear blue. I love the color, though.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, maybe we playing poorly on this one. This is
sorry, you guys are handsome.
Robbie problem.
It's all good.
But just overall, congrats, Graham, on 5 Big 12 championships. This has been an incredible year for Sun Devil athletics. As you kind of take a look back, what has kind of stood out to you the most, including maybe the 5 titles?
We're proud of 5 titles, the most conference championships we've had since 2007, 2008. One up from last year's 4, which led the conference. So we're feeling good. We feel the momentum. We know that you can take stock a year at a time and occasionally look up. There's a lot of work to do, but every now and then I do think it's important to kind of take stock of where we're at. And our trend line is good. Our work is very hard. We're very focused on doing more. But as you kind of wind down the year, it's natural to maybe reflect and appreciate the work that's going into these outcomes. We've got a team of 300 people, including coaches, trainers, our administrative leadership, our ticket office, et cetera, et cetera. People pushing hard every day on behalf of our athletes, our coaches, and our fans. And so it feels good. It feels like we have real momentum. We want to keep building it. We want to keep using it, but tremendously proud of where we are and what we're working on.
And this is just your second guys' year in the Big 12 and already 5 conference titles this year, most for this school since 2007, 2008. How do you feel like you guys have really planted your guys' flag as Arizona State being a pillar program in this conference?
Yeah, we're very competitive, as a university, certainly as a marketplace, and that would include our athletic department as well. And so we didn't want to ease into it. The moment that we were leaving the Pac-12, we set our sights on, we're going to the Big 12. It's the best fit for us given the situation, and we want to enter with some gusto and with some momentum and with some confidence. And so we're not looking to play nice when the lights go on. We want to win and we want to compete. And it's neat to see across sports, big and small, the success that we're starting to have. And the conference championships are great, but there's been a number of number 2s, number 3s, and really most of our programs, if not almost all of them, in a position to be competitive at the end of the season and with a pathway to win a conference championship, and that's one of our goals.
You mentioned being competitive and wanting to attack the Big 12. There's a little bit of a rivalry, it feels like, growing with Texas Tech right now, whether it was on the football field, the upset, softball pulling the upset in the Big 12 championship game. Does it feel like there's something happening between the Red Raiders and the Sun Devils?
That's a good point. I haven't thought about it in that way. We've got tremendous respect for what Texas Tech has been building. Kirby Hocutt, their athletic director, has been very successful for a long time. He's been incredibly gracious to me as a young AD and has given me some good advice as I got the job a couple years ago. But I guess as you mentioned that, it is kind of fun to think that we've had some great battles with Texas Tech, and they're a formidable opponent. They've got an incredible brand that they've been building in West Texas, and it's been fun. I think that's the benefit of the Big 12 is you enter a conference and you don't know where these new rivalries may emerge. And we've been to Lubbock several times now across many sports, and it's spirited, it's fun, it's energetic, and they've been building a national brand as well. And so it is fun to look across the landscape and see how the conferences are similar in many respects, and certainly with 3 other schools that we join with. We know them, we know their tendencies, we know those environments, but for these other 12 that we're now partnered with, it's been really cool to see how they approach the same opportunities and challenges that we're facing, how their fans are engaged, how they compete. It's been a ton of fun to be on all these new campuses, but yeah, it'll be interesting next couple of years to see how these rivalries kind of emerge and who we get paired with and who we can really go to battle against.
And Texas Tech has some deep pocket donors, but you guys coming back with a punch of your own. Brian Swette delivering $10 million gift to the ASU football head coach position, endowing that position, largest endowment for a position here at Arizona State University. How much of an impact does that have on the future of Sun Devil football?
Yeah, that's massive. We're so grateful for Brian and Kelly and their contribution, their investment in Sun Devil football. And that's what it's all about. You've got passionate Sun Devils. The benefit of our university, in my opinion, is that we're so massive, we're so impactful in so many different areas. And when you've got people like Brian and Kelly, Brian's an alum, I was here for some incredible teams in the 70s, graduated in 76, and has maintained that passion for ASU all the while. And so, as Coach Dillingham got here and Brian was able to plug back in and move to the Valley, has been around our program. It's just incredible that he sees the value in contributing to what we're trying to build. And again, we want to win championships. We talk a lot about that, but it's more important that we focus on talent development. And the best way to develop talent, our athletes, is to put them in front of great coaches, and we certainly have that in Coach Dillingham. And so the fact that the Swette family is connected to our head football coach and Kenny specifically, wonderful outcome for us. And that's an incredible investment. That's something that we want to continue to earn the confidence of more donors, more partners, et cetera. It's our second 8-figure gift of the year, so that's a significant departmental outcome, but we're hungry for more, and we want to keep bringing people into the fold, collaborating, building connections where others will follow the example of Brian and Kelly and others, and we're hard at work at that. And they want that as well. They want to step up because of the incredible belief that they have in Sun Devil football, but they also want their gift to inspire other people to think about, big or small, how different people can plug in. And we're lucky in our marketplace. Phoenix is such a unique space where you have business leaders and decision makers coming to the Valley. You have people relocating their companies here. You have people that are, rooting their families or coming back to retire. And so we want to tap into all levels of that pyramid and the high-end donors that we can attract and earn their confidence. We want to operate at scale with 1 million ASU alums worldwide. That's such a unique opportunity for us in ASU level. And so we want to be, cognizant of every chance to build a connection and earn the confidence of the people that want to support our athletes.
Stuff changes so fast. Every day you know it, you're at the top level of it. Yep. Where did you kind of, as a first-time athletic director, get the patience to kind of deal with the changing landscape, and when it comes to coaches and stuff too? Because, the patience with Megan over at softball has paid dividends with the Big 12 championship now, and Kenny's first year was a little up and down, and then Big 12 championship. Where did you kind of learn the patience to be at this top level of this type of organization? Yeah,
that's a good question. I'm pretty naturally curious as a person, and so really took advantage of the time early in my promotion just to get exposed to things that I hadn't been a part of in my previous roles. And I think not being an athletic director before in a weird way has been a benefit, because I'm not used to the way it used to operate. I'm not used to pre-realignment, pre-COVID, pre-house settlement. The moment I got back to ASU in my previous role, we were kind of in the beginning stages of what this change management was going to be like, and that really caused all of us to be adaptable and agile and have convictions in the things that we believe in. Talent development, great coaches, et cetera, but being adaptable to the environment that's moving around us. And we call it climate change. Like, we're on the other end of climate change in athletics. We've had the house settlement, we've had realignment. So we are adapting daily, as you mentioned. And so all aspects of how we run the department. I'm not a big believer of professionalizing college athletics. I do believe that we need to sophisticate the way that an athletic department is run as a business unit. And so we've really tried to keep that as our focus on how do we commercially become more viable, how do we generate more revenue, how do we earn more confidence of our partners, our donors, et cetera, all in support of our coaches. And what we've tried to do is consolidate sport administration. We have fewer people involved in the leadership of our sports, and the hope is that they go deeper working with their coaches and understand what each program needs to be successful at this moment in time, and come back to the table so we can make better, more responsible departmental decisions on where we spend our time, where we spend our money, where we spend our energy. And so getting to know what our coaches identify as the keys to their success, getting to know their personality, getting to know where there are opportunities to collaborate across multiple sports or hopefully the entire department. And maybe that's led into the patience with coaches, so to speak. I am very proud of our coaching cohort. We've got an incredible group of leaders in our department, and it's been fun to get to know the coaches that I didn't work with in my previous roles and understand how do we create moments of advantage for them to have success. And part of it is you're building a culture within your program. And I've had a quote, a friend of mine, Terry from Houston, has said, patience with the process leads to the progress. And so it's not about making a quick decision to try to get relevant immediately. It's about understanding what do we need to nurture, what do we need to really grow in development for our programs to have successful. It is very gratifying when you see somebody like Coach Bartlett, who's been grinding and working so hard for 4 years to build the kind of culture in a program that you look up and now they're Big 12 champs advancing to a super regional with a team that's as hot as anybody in the country. And that example lives all throughout the department in a number of our sports. And so a lot of it was just adapting to change around us. A lot of it was going deeper on the relationships that I have and our department has with our coaches and their programs, and understanding how do we create solutions. I look at the job of an AD or our job in administration is a lot about just professional problem solving. How do we help our coaches navigate the change that they're also experiencing? How do we use ASU's unique advantages, our market's unique advantages to pour access, resources, attention behind the programs, and then get out of the way and let our coaches coach.
You mentioned you're a curious person. I think a lot of fans at home are curious about this London game, international game for ASU football against Kansas, Wembley Stadium in London. What updates can you give on what that may look like? How fans can, what they can be looking forward to that whole experience?
Yeah, what a cool experience this is going to be for our fans, for our program, for our athletes. Many of whom have never been overseas, and so getting a chance to, for a trip to London to play at one of the world's most famous stadiums, to be part of an ASU experience for our 105 football players. Like, what a cool thing to be able to provide a young person, and hopefully, spark their curiosity and spark their interest in world travel and spark their interest in learning, something beyond the culture that they're familiar with. But it'll be a great opportunity. It'll be a tremendous challenge for us. We've studied a lot of the NFL experience in London specifically. We're lucky that I think in Wembley alone, there's been 27 games in that stadium over time. And so we know the venue is battle tested and having high-level football games, American football in that venue. We've talked to a lot of the NFL clubs, including the Cardinals, about their trip overseas and how do you hydrate, how do you think about sleep, how do you think about nutrition, how do you think about recovery. And we're also going to be having our athletes go to class while they're in London, and so they'll get set up in the hotel on Sunday, have a typical course load that week, although doing it from another country and maybe in the future, so to speak. But we can't wait. We can't really wait to do this. It'll be a unique opportunity. Not something that I think you'll see us do very often. It's a unique opportunity for us to be the first college football game in the UK. That's a significant milestone for ASU football, for the Big 12. We're honored to be a part of it. We also open our ASU London campus that Monday. So we play the game on Saturday. ASU London officially opens that following Monday. So a lot of university alignment in a decision like this. Really grateful that the coaching staff and Coach Dillingham were excited about the opportunity and supportive of it. We want to make sure that any decision like this we make, football is bought in and agrees that there's value in it. I think one of the great values that we're excited by is that the nation will be tuned into this game. You're going to wake up Saturday morning. You're going to tune into a to-be-announced Powerhouse Network that'll be broadcasting the game and some of the pregame festivities. And what a showcase for ASU and Sun Devil football. We can't wait.
We'll get you out of here. I know you're a busy guy. We look back a lot at the success of this last year. Looking forward, what are you looking most excited about the future and potentially breaking ground on the football facilities soon and more work over at DFA? Yeah,
a lot of exciting things in motion and around the corner for Sun Devil Athletics. We start our renovation of Desert Financial Arena in about a week. So we'll start that full bottom to top renovation. It looks like we're going to be able to continue. So we'll start in May with a phase that'll include a new courtside seat, that first level of retractable seats and handrails will go in this summer, be ready for most of non-conference volleyball and then all of the rest of the season. But it looks like there's a way now that we can just keep going. And again, the vision is bottom to top, the whole seating bowl, the concourses, introducing some amenities and hospitality space, new scoreboard, new audio, a lot of great creature comforts that we can bring into a building that's got some great history and a great foundation. So very excited to get that underway. And obviously the momentum that we have in basketball right now with Coach Miller advancing to the NCAA tournament, Coach Bennett taking over on the men's side, the other programs that are in the building, volleyball coming off this incredible 3-year run that should continue, gymnastics and wrestling is some of our most consistent programs that also compete in Desert Financial Arena. So very excited for that. The football and volleyball practice facility along Packard Drive is progressing very well. We've made a contractor selection. We're finalizing that agreement, and then we'll be in a sprint to get in the ground on that project as soon as we can, because what an opportunity for us to build a state-of-the-art football training tool, have it be something that volleyball can also be built next to it. They've never had a practice facility in the history of this program, so we're excited to bring that to bear. And then this fan zone and the way to keep elevating a game day is a great opportunity for us. So eager to get that going. What else? We've got a number of other big ideas that we'll allude to in future episodes, but
you can break news now if you want. Don't let me stop you.
We're just hungry. We're hungry and we're motivated. And I don't want anybody else to assign the potential of Sun Devil Athletics. We are going to be the ones. Our leadership team, our staff, our coaches, our athletes, our fans, our community will define what ASU can become. And we're having a lot of fun. We're working really hard. There's so much to do. We're just, I say, if our potential is a mountain in the clouds, we're just getting off the sidewalk. Like, we're just beginning this journey. And so we're hungry and motivated to do more. I think it's important to take stock and look at what we've started to accomplish. In my opinion, we're just scratching the surface on what we're capable of. So we're going to keep our head down. We're going to keep focused on our athletes, our coaches, giving them the tools and resources to be successful, obsessing over our fans the way that they obsess over us, and we'll keep pushing every day.
There's your mic drop moment right there. I know on behalf of Blake and myself, we appreciate you and everybody at Sun Devil Athletics that have allowed us to share these stories on All Access here. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, Fox has been an incredible partner, so I look forward to bigger and better All Access next year when we come back.
There you go.
So.
That's right.